Did you know at some point this year, the Blue Jays went 10 games without an error? 10 games! They can barely go an inning without making an error right now. Blue Jays fall 7-5 to the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays come back a few different times to beat the Blue Jays. And there's a lot of things I want to get to in this ball game. A lot to get to. First off, Matt Shoemaker was on the mound today, and he was fantastic. You know, Randall Grichuk started the ball game with a 2-run shot off the tip of the glove of Kevin Kiermaier and out. Beautiful job. 2-0 Blue Jays early. Then Tetsugo hits a 3-run shot in the fourth. But hold on a second. Matt Shoemaker is angry, and I don't blame him. Because he wanted that strike 3 call on Tetsugo. Yeah, if you look at the pitch tracker, if you look at the box, it was outside the box, therefore it's a ball. But if you watch the umpire, Vic Carapazza, the entire ball game to this point, you look at the box, you go about a few inches, about that much more, all the way around. That was his strike zone today. So that pitch from Shoemaker in Vic Carapazza's strike zone was strike 3. Clearly, Matt Shoemaker wasn't pleased. And I'm not mad that he didn't call that strike 3 because it wasn't a strike, actually. But it's the consistency factor that I hate. You're going to call that for one side, or you're going to call that on one pitch. Call it again. But if you're not going to, then don't call it. Either way, Shoemaker's angry. 2 pitches later, 3-run bomb for Tetsugo, and Shoemaker is fuming. He is angry. He's mouthing off. I'm shocked he didn't get tossed there. He gets out of the inning, and he yells into his glove. He is furious. He is royally angry. And he goes into the dugout and sits down, or I think he stands up, has a few more words for Carapazza. Sits back down. Pete Walker walks by. If you watch the game. And Pete Walker turns around and because Carapazza tossed him, he looks around like, "What this? You tossed him?" And I think he probably said just that because Shoemaker gets up and he books it right to the field, and they have to get about 5 because Charlie's already out there talking to the umpire, and I think it was Biggio, Tellez, Pete Walker. They all had to grab Shoemaker as he's already out there, right? Try not to tear his jersey off. That's how fuming Shoemaker was. He gets the boot. Charlie gets the boot. You don't see Montoyo get tossed too often, but good on him there because it's consistency. I'm not mad that was called a ball because it was an actual ball. But it's the reasoning behind it and the way he's been calling balls and strikes at this point, that didn't make any sense. Now the Jays are trailing 3-2. Great. Just, you couldn't get any luck. Now you're getting this stuff happen. But then the next half inning, on a 1-1 pitch, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gets a hanging curveball and crushes it deep and gone. And there we go, we're tied at 3. Great stuff. Few batters later, Anthony Alford on the very first pitch crushes one deep to left center, and that's gone. Jays now get their 2-run lead right back. It's now a 5-3 ball game. This is great. You're doing fantastic. Problem, though, if Shoemaker was still in the ball game, he probably went out there for the 5th inning. Maybe the 6th, maybe the 7th. I don't know what would have happened if he was still in the ball game. Then the top of the 5th inning, they struggle, and Austin Meadows hits a sacrifice fly. Now it's a 5-4. Okay, it's already set at the lead. It's okay, And then in the top of the 7th inning, A.J. Cole on the mound, runner at first. Was it 2 down? And Diaz hits a single in the right field. All right, you know Meadows is going to go first to third probably on the play. But you got 2 out. You just got to hold him from not scoring. And Teoscar Hernandez, look, he has been great offensively. I think he had another hit or 2 again today. Or I guess in this game. But it goes on a bounce. It bounces off his glove. And he goes and kind of runs for it. Didn't really look like he was in any rush to do so. And then grabs the ball and just kind of hurls it. You ever seen the movie Benchwarmers? One of my favorite movies of all time, by the way. You seen where Clark in the outfield, kind of grabs the ball and just kind of hurls it because he never played baseball before and has no idea what he's doing? That looked like Hernandez out there. Carbon copy of him. He grabs the ball and just kind of chucks it in the infield. Rowdy's ready for a cutoff to go home because with him fumbling the ball in right field, Meadows is heading home, and that's the tying run. But instead, it doesn't get... Who is getting cut off there? It was two guys in the middle of the field. One was Rowdy, and I don't know, maybe Brandon Drury? I don't know who it was. But they get crossed up. The ball bounces, and Rowdy can't get a handle on it. Meadows scores. We're tied. Look, I'm not going to get mad if a team out-hits us or out-pitches us. Look, you tip the cap to a team like that. You gotta then your own team has to smarten up. But it's that type of mental mistake that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do something about. I'm just gonna do something. That mentality ain't getting you nowhere. The fact that he just picked up the ball and just chucked it in the infield, didn't even really look where he was throwing the ball, it kills you. Now we're tied. And then we go into extras. They bring in Font, and he gives him a 2-run shot to Willy Adames. Ball game, you lose. You lose the series. Errors kill you. Imagine this if this team played some pretty clean defense. They'd be a very good team. Because their offense is going now. They scored 5 runs today. Their pitching overall has been pretty good. And look, I can't even imagine them having 10 games without an error. It doesn't make sense how they did the way they're playing right now. With Hernandez, the high cutoff throw to Biggio in the first game, leading to an error and leading to a go-ahead run at that time, which, you lost by 1. And then today, the next batter after that brain malfunction by Hernandez was just a dribbler ground out to Rowdy and could have ended up the ball game. You would have won the game, won the series, been 8-10. Now you head on the road to Baltimore, but you won the series against Tampa. You're feeling good. Instead, you lose the game. You lose the series. Now the Jays are 7-11 on the year. And I don't care, it's early in the season, it's one loss, don't freak out too much. It's a 60-game schedule. Every game is like three and a half games or whatever it is in a regular season. It means a lot. And it's these mistakes that make me go crazy. It's a simple ball hit the ground, go into your glove, get it into the cutoff guy, and then, runner first and third. Oh, it goes off your glove. Oh, he might have a chance at the plate. Still, get it into your cutoff guy, and then see what happens. No, Hernandez is like, I'm just going to do something like this and fire it home. Rowdy had to go running for it. I mean, that's not a good thing right when Rowdy has to run for something. Just a terrible sequence leading to a loss. Again, I've been trying to hold my breath with these errors with these kids for a long time. In quotations, kids. Because they've been playing baseball all their damn life. And it's the simple stuff like that. It doesn't slide. Whether you're in minor league baseball, whether you're playing flipping T-ball or you're playing the big leagues, you should, maybe not T-ball, but you should know to hit your damn cutoff guy. No matter what. And if Hernandez was ready to throw home, grab the ball, set yourself, crow hop, and get going and fire it home. But he didn't do that. So I don't know what the heck is going on, but something has to be done. Whether it's a meeting, whether it's just practicing the fielding. I mean, it's something. I don't know. All I know is that these last 2 games, this afternoon and last night, and today, and this game that just happened, abysmal. You can't win games when you're giving good teams extra chances to score runs. You just can't do that. How many times do I have to say good pitching, good defense wins you games, but bad pitching and bad defense loses you games, and we have seen it firsthand. The first rage of the year for the Toronto Blue Jays, and I've needed this. Because this is sad. It really is. Hernandez has been awesome with the bat. His production is through the roof. That is awesome. But if you're going to make mental mistakes like that, I don't want to see this guy on the field. In the lineup or on the field. I don't care. People are going to say, well, why don't you DH him? Well, then what do you do with Rowdy? What do you do with Vladdy? Oh, you sit them? No, probably not. So, and especially with Rowdy, the way he's swinging the bat lately. You don't do that kind of stuff. Smart not, man. I understand Hernandez. I get it. It's tough being a big leaguer. But all you had to do there was get the ball on a bounce. You didn't get that. It's okay. Grab the ball, hit your cutoff guy. Couldn't do that. I don't understand it, guys. I really don't. Now you got to play a Baltimore Orioles team who have nothing but confidence right now. They're what? They're 12-9 on the season. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. They're crushing the baseball all over the place. Hyun Jin Ryu's on the mound in Game 1. He's been fantastic for this team against Alex Cobb in Game 1 there tomorrow night at 7:35. Nate Pearson versus former Blue Jay for a very short time, Wade LeBlanc. That's in Game 2 of the series on Tuesday night at 7:35. And then Wednesday afternoon at 1:05, Tanner Roark versus Tommy Malone. And that'll round out the 3-game set against the Baltimore Orioles. I'm trying to think of what to say. But the only word that can come to mind is embarrassing. I've had faith in this team. I try to have faith in this team as much as I try my best. And it seemed like late in this game that the Tampa seemed to be crawling back. They keep getting runners on base. Jays can't throw strikes. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. And it ends like that. It just sucks. It really does. We take our time to watch these games and to get confident, to get excited with these games. To have them end like that, it's just sad, man. It really is. I have faith in Hernandez. I do. I truly do. But when he does stuff like that, it's really hard to. We can see now that his bat is finally coming around and becoming that premier talent that we thought he might be. And again, it's very early in the year, so that could change as well. But defensively, we always knew he had a good arm. We all knew he had pretty good speed. He's gotten better at fielding the ball, except for today hitting the ball off his glove. But his decisions, it was his brain, it was these type of mistakes that always hindered him. And he's done a lot of that lately. He's looked okay over the first 10, 15 games. But over the last 3 games, 2 or 3 games, he's looked lost. And I'm not sure why. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and did not enjoy this game, because I didn't. I did for the most part, but yeah, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me, guys? Let me know in the comments below what your take was on this game, and what do you think needs to be done? I mean, really, what do you think needs to be done with this team right now? I'm not too sure. I have no clue. All right. Twitter is down below for myself, guys. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down in the description below, so follow up there if you guys are interested. And I will talk to you guys. Raptors edition, Game 1 of Round 1 of the NBA playoffs goes tomorrow evening, 4 p.m. tip-off down in the bubble. Raptors Nets, Game 1 on the Raptors road to back-to-back, I don't have the hat on, back-to-back NBA championships. That's a 1 game at a time, Raptor fans. 4 o'clock tip-off there tomorrow against Brooklyn. And as for the Jays, like I said, they take on the Baltimore Orioles at Camden Yards. 7:35 first pitch. Hyun Jin Ryu on the mound for the Blue Jays. Alex Cobb on the mound for the Orioles. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you guys then.